A real-life case cracked by actor Dylan McDermott, tormented by the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of his mother when he was a child. McDermott pushed police to reopen the case, and now the actor and his family got the answers they have long been waiting for. And Amy, you're back with this really remarkable story.
It really is, Robin. Dylan McDermott had violent memories of his mother and her live-in boyfriend, John Sponza. Dylan was only 5 at the time of her death, but those memories have haunted him enough that last year he pushed police to reopen the investigation into the mystery that's plagued him for nearly half a century and is now solved. He has the starring role on FX's American Horror Story.
I'm a doctor.
But for the past 45 years, Dylan McDermott was living his own nightmare. The Emmy-winning actor was just 5 years old when his mother, Diane McDermott, died of a gunshot wound to the head. He was a key witness standing on the doorstep of their Waterbury, Connecticut home. He heard shouting, then the fatal gunshot. John Sponza, McDermott's boyfriend at the time, was a known gangster and heroin addict. He gave his statement to police.
One version states that Miss McDermott had accidentally shot herself. The second version that he gave police was that she picked up the gun and committed suicide.
Connecticut police ruled it an accident, but the medical examiner reported the gun found near the body was too small a caliber to have been the weapon used to kill her, and that the wound revealed a gun had been pressed to the back of her head.
Any trained, competent homicide investigator would have looked at this case and said, this is not a suicide.
McDermott and his sister were forced to go live with their grandmother, as he told CBS News in 2011.
We lived on $100 a week. She rescued us in many ways and became our mom.
McDermott struggled with his mother's death for years until one day in December 2010.
He simply said that in order for him to survive, he really had to bury that moment in his life deep within his brain.
Chief Michael Gugliotti reopened the investigation. It soon became clear John Sponza murdered Diane McDermott in cold blood.
When they did gunpowder nitrate residue testing on Diane McDermott, that they didn't find any on her hands.
But justice came too late. Sponza had been found shot dead in the trunk of a car back in 1972. At least for the McDermotts, they now know the truth.
They can put this behind them, find some peace and closure, and know that their mother did not leave them, that she was taken from them by an evil man.
Now, McDermott has not commented since the case was ruled a homicide and closed, but his sister had this to say: "I'm happy to know my mother wasn't mentally ill or depressed. Somebody took her from us. She didn't leave us." She was only 7 months old when her mother died, so it's a long time to wait for closure.
Right, but they got it.
But they did get it.
All right. Thanks so much, Amy.